Gene Munster, over to Apple. The money question is $285 billion in free cash flow over 24 months, going from $51 billion to $64 billion. That's at least what we show off the Bloomberg. Gene Munster, have you imputed what they do with all that cash into a share price 1 year out?
Well, we do think about what they're going to do with the cash, and they're probably going to make some announcements, or they will make announcements in 3 months when they report the March quarter. The majority of that will go through some 3-year plan for a buyback. And so think of this as about 70% is going to go to a buyback or a dividend. This, even though we would love it if Apple would do some big acquisition like buy Tesla, which is a fairy tale, that will never happen. Elon Musk won't let it happen. But even if that's just not in their DNA to do big M&A, they're probably going to do smaller M&A stuff. So, unfortunately, it's good for. So to bring it back to the question is, what does this mean for shares? We don't have price targets, but I can say this: investors that we've talked to generally think that this share buyback and growth in the iPhone is going to power somewhere around $14 in earnings next year. And you can pick the multiple. 15 multiple gets you to a kind of a little bit over $200 stock.
Yeah. Okay, and that's where A&R is the sell-side screen on the Bloomberg. Gene Munster, when I look at Apple, I look at the cash generation. The first number I went to in the earnings presentation was 18% revenue growth in services. Is that sustainable? Can they do even better than that?
It is sustainable, and they can do even better. And part of the reason why the stock had a reversal, was down a little bit, then it ended up being up 3% in the aftermarket, was because they gave a couple points about the services business that were, first is that they have this massive base of 1.3 billion active devices. And so they've never given out that number. It's been at least 2 years since they've given out that number again. That's bigger than most people thought. And second is back to the services more specifically, is that they said that the growth in paid subscribers, this is people buying stuff on Apple devices, was up 58% year over year to now 240 million. Now, that growth in the number of users was faster than the growth of services, 18% that you said. And the reason why that delta is important is that is a leading indicator that services growth can continue. So we have a modeling out to 20% growth for the next 4 years.